You have to admit, symbiotes are fun. Marvel Legends Toxin was one of the first Marvel Legends figures I purchased. But after having him in hand, I noticed something. One of these things is not like the others. Where did those crazy rodent teeth come from? I was determined to fix my Toxin with, well, what's the opposite of a facelift? Well, whatever that is, I did it. So while my Toxin is still not quite comic accurate in the face, I think my alterations make him look a lot better. Unfortunately, I altered my Toxin over a year ago, before the thought of making a YouTube channel had even entered my head. But I've had a couple of requests to explain the changes I made, so let's get started. The materials you will need for this project are Toxin, obviously, any type of air-dry clay. I can't remember what type I used, but it really doesn't matter as long as it doesn't crumble when it's dry. So no Play-Doh. Paintbrush. Paint. I found that the really affordable Apple Barrel brand of acrylic craft paint have a shade of red called Bright Red that matches Toxin's head exactly. I also found that sandstone is a close match for his teeth. Matte sealant to protect your work. Knife. And a toothpick. The first change I made to Toxin involved those crazy teeth. I hated how his upper teeth were all fused together at the front, so I took a knife and carefully separated each tooth from each other. If you have trouble cutting, you could take a hairdryer and warm up his head for 10 seconds before you begin. When you separate the teeth, the red plastic that the head is formed from will show up in spots. That's what the sandstone paint is for, to cover up any of that red plastic. Before I painted the teeth though, I took a very small amount of air-dry clay and placed it directly on the top of his teeth to reshape his upper jawline. Don't smush the bottom of the clay all the way down on his teeth though, because you want to leave a little ridge to form his upper lip. Then take the toothpick and drag the toothpick through the clay, following the existing contours on his face. Then I made a few more lines with the toothpick as well. After the clay is dry, apply a layer of bright red paint directly to the clay. I found that I didn't have to mix any other colors with the bright red paint for it to match the existing red on Toxin's head, but keep in mind that every batch of paint can be a little different, so use your best judgment to see if it's close enough. Then touch up any spots of red plastic on his teeth with the sandstone shade. After the paint is dry, brush on a layer of matte sealant to help protect the paint. And you're done. See, that wasn't so bad. And before we go, I have some photos to share from viewers utilizing some of my previous projects. This first photo is from Mick Hofmeijer, and he took inspiration from my Posable Capes project and came up with his own design for a Doctor Strange cape. That cape looks really like it has a life of its own, with it swooshing and flowing without a wearer. I also like his custom Star-Lord coat. The next photos are from Ro Kartawi Chromo, and he had some fun making arrows for his Hawkeye army. Having arrows that Hawkeye can actually hold really helped complete that display. Next, we have some photos by Mr. Cranberry Saucer, who has a YouTube channel of his own. He has been busy making all kinds of items, including a cape, which Venom is modeling. I like to refer to him as Super Venom. Venom tendrils. And a chair that I think Venom and Cable are going to end up fighting over. Nice work, everyone! If you'd like to make any of these projects for your action figures, check out my toy crafting playlist for instructions. And if you've tried any of my projects, I'd love to see your photos too. Just send me a link to your photos or send them to me on a social networking site. And here's a sneak peek at a design for a future project I've been working on for like the last week. And if you're here for the first time, I'd love to have you check out some more of my videos, including toy reviews, toy hunts, and toy crafts. And if you like what you see, you could subscribe to stay updated. Thanks for watching.